Please announce yourself.
Y'all, what's up? What's up? How's everybody doing, man?
Hey. What's going on, Rod? How you doing, bro?
Man, I'm doing great. How y'all doing?
100,000 questions. That's what.
Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
Steffens, you always got 100,000 questions. How you know how to cook all that food?
I've been cooking for a long time, Rod. I've been cooking since I was 8.
For real?
Yeah.
Well, ain't nothing wrong with that.
But you was the one holding the Raws. The questions, so.
What?
Hey, man.
What questions? Man, I ain't really talked to them niggas since, man, cause I felt like they played me, man. The motherfuckers, man. They gonna act all crazy at the beginning, man, and not, like they ain't want to talk us all of that, man. I ain't appreciate that. That really pissed me off. I don't play games like that. I don't give a fuck who you are. You know what I'm saying? I really don't. I don't give a fuck who you are. You tell me you gonna do something, motherfucker, you better do it. So I appreciate that shit.
Oh, they did you wrong, Rod?
Yeah, at the beginning, you ain't see how they ain't want to answer y'all questions and shit.
No, I wasn't there, man.
Oh man.
They opened up later on, though. They did open up later on.
Yeah, they opened up later on. They got with the program. They did. I thanked them for it, but I just didn't.
With your money, man.
I mean, I just didn't appreciate the setup, man. That's what I ain't appreciated. I started feeling like a fool.
They gonna fuck up the show, man.
And see, when I see shit like that be making me wonder, like, really, what the fuck you on? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll be wondering, can I trust what you telling me?
They don't want to see you win.
Yeah, shit. I'm like, damn. So is this all a game to y'all? Like, what the fuck going on?
They picking and choosing.
Yeah. Yeah, my fault. Yeah, I just get that.
Like, chill out for a minute.
Man, I don't know what they was doing, dog. But I sure didn't appreciate it. So, man, the top thing on my mind is, why is other countries getting involved with this whole Iran thing? Because, I guess we're about to witness World War III start. Because China and Russia is not about to sit idly by while, the European Union gang up on Iran.
Can I say something about that?
We're celebrating though.
Go ahead.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
See, what we're about to see on land or throughout this entire world is Magog and Gog, where all nations will be drawn into war. That's World War III. It's in Ezekiel 38 through 40. That's what's happening. So, in other words, the playbook, the Holy Bible, is about to transpire. That's what's going to happen, man.
Yeah.
That's what describes World War III. I got it somewhere in my notes. In World War I, World War II was described in the Bible, but I forget what scriptures is in. But that's what's called Magog and Gog is World War III, where all nations will be drawn together for war.
Yeah.
But that's what it's all about. They stole the fucking land that did not belong to them. Those people, the Palestinians, that's their shit. It's their shit.
And they trying to kill him.
But check this out. The same dude that just got killed, that was the head leader of Iran, worships the same God as Israel.
Yeah, confusion. You know what I mean? That's all you gotta do is confuse the mind, confuse the soul. You know what I mean?
The same motherfucker that was running Iran praised and worshiped the same God as Israel. So there's like some fuck shit going on.
Yeah.
Now remember, these cannot be souls either, man. Remember, these cannot be agents, could be clones, it could be just regular footstools that ready to fight and do anything for their God. You know what I'm saying? So they're under their God control. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when it is the God tells them to do anything, they're gonna do. If they go kill that people, go take that land, take that cattle, take that gold, they're gonna do it. They're under the control of their God. If you want to say the book.
Two people worshiping the same God, but the God is choosing to destroy one of the lands that he owns already. That is
What up, peoples?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, what's
here go the thing, right? This is a play world. This is not a real world to the Anunnaki, who are 50-foot giants. This is a play world. So everything in here is for play. All right. It's a game to them. You know what I'm saying? So they play just like when we was kids, we played Green Army Men. They play, black and white Asian Army Men. That's what they play. And it's just a game. And they doing this because number one, like Rod said, they're going to make the Bible play out to make themselves look like quote unquote gods that can see the future. And this is what people who, don't know stuff like this class, the outside world going to be like, oh my God, the Bible's coming true. You know what I'm saying? So that'll keep religion intact. Then you got, they're going to play out different scenarios that's going to seem unreal to people. The zombie thing, the floods, and all of these type of things. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna play them out, and yeah, and I mean, it's just to them it's a game. And see, once I learned it was a game, I said, well, I may as well look at it as a game. Why the Epstein files, what they do to kids, and all of this stuff. If we, let's be honest. It's not a kid. It's a soul having a human experience, and the soul is in a young vessel. That's why they do. That's why they kill kids. Look, killing somebody to them is like just releasing the soul. Okay, I'll release that person's soul. In the Epstein files, on the same page that they tell you Joe Biden was not the president, and that very first paragraph says, we are going into maritime law, and the buying and selling of humans and human souls is over. That's the very first sentence. You see what I'm saying? The buying and selling of humans and human souls is over. So they've been buying souls. This is nothing but a game. Epstein is alive.
Well, what I don't understand is how could they be fighting if they can work for the same team?
They not fighting for real. They playing chess.
Yeah, that's what I was telling you, right? Ludwig is like a confused game.
No, you got to look at it higher. You got to look at it higher. You looking at it from your level. You got to go up to their level and then look down. We created these stupid humans to be slaves. We created every division that they have. Racial division, political division, hell, sports divisions. We've created all of this. You know what I'm saying? And we've done all of this to keep these dummies, scrambling around like when you throw hot water on a fucking anthill. Don't nobody know what's going on. None of the ants know what's going on. They all scrambling around. You know what I'm saying? That's what they doing to us. That's what they doing to us. And you got to look at his souls, his body's dying over there. Souls that don't know what's going on. And they, when they do this, they have a trap set up. Like a mouse trap or something to catch souls. And anytime it's like gonna be like some major event that they do, like the flood last time, they had major traps set up to catch the souls that's scrambling around that don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? Because as I was looking at Neo Hypno Soul one of her videos passed through my feed today. You know, this one person had multiple beans on them, you know, and if you was at the conference last week, some of y'all know we all got, hell, all of us. I think it was only like one person that didn't have nobody attached to it. You know what I'm saying? But the rest of us, we all got souls attached to our bodies. Souls that didn't go into the light. You know what I'm saying? And it was only like one person that didn't. You know, it was only like one person that didn't. So, like, these are dead human souls from, you know, they from whatever era. You know, some of them are older, some of them are not so old. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them are suicide, people who committed suicide. I'm beginning to notice a theme with that, with her readings, you know, past life regression things. It's a lot of people that's like, you know, taking their own selves out, and they don't know, they don't want to go into the light. Some of them don't want to go into the light because they don't feel worthy because of what they did by taking their own self out. And then you got some that's just afraid to go in there. You know what I'm saying? Neo Hypno Soul definitely works for the system. So in this, and I'm gonna post this video. So in this last video where she was talking to the soul, she was like, you don't want to go in. She was trying to get him to go into the light. He was like, why would I want to go in there? What's in there for me? He was real leery and skeptical. So he said, I want to stay in the darkness. And she was saying something like, I forget, man, but she exposed her hand, and I'm gonna expose her. She worked for them. She works for the system. Yeah. She works for the system. And she know, and the part I'm gonna show is she knows that you shouldn't be going into the light, and yet she's sending them all into the light, and she's gonna say it. So no wonder she didn't answer my email when I reached out to her to say, you know, hey, you know, you sending these souls into the light. There's someplace else you should be sending them instead of to the light.
I wonder what she was promised.
Which light though?
She might, you know, she might have been sent down here to do that job. That's what you know, we got to remember something, people. They actually make people and send them down here to do specific things. For example, Jeffrey Dahmer is in the same bloodline as Queen Elizabeth, all the presidents, Tom Hanks, Obama. He's in that same bloodline. So you think, because look, he got connections to presidents, royalty, and the best he could do with his life was decide to eat people? No. He was sent down here to do that. That was his job. He was sent down, he was cloned, he was programmed, and they sent people down here to do stuff. Watch. I ain't never asked them. I ain't took these guys out. They might not even answer me because I ain't brought the 1,000 rods out since the conference. But I've been talking to them, so we'll see. Anybody want to talk to me, please? Anybody want to talk to me, please? They saying no. Look, they saying no. These dudes said no. They don't got no holler for me. All right, so what? Y'all feeling a certain type of way? Shit, I'm feeling a certain type of way. So, do anybody want to talk to me, man? Stop playing around. All right. Can you talk to me, please? I'm saying, please. Can you talk to me? I only got one question.
They're gonna start charging you by the rate, man.
Can somebody? Hello. They probably like, nigga, you ain't talked to us all week. Can somebody talk to me, please?
Really refusing?
Yes, they are.
You're making too many international calls, bro.
Can somebody talk to me, please?
Literally.
Can somebody talk to me, please? Is that a yes? Yeah, I'm moving it myself to try to get y'all to say yes. Is it somebody? Can somebody talk to me, please? Please. Please.
They on vacay.
All right, well, let me just ask the question. And see, this is what I be hating. I have to like beg y'all to come here so much, and then I forget what the fuck I was gonna say. So now I forgot the goddamn question.
The conference.
And look, now you want to talk. Now they want to talk. What was the question? Oh no, here go the question. No, I was gonna ask him about the clones. I was gonna ask him about the clones. So I wanted to know, Spirit Rods, are you gonna talk to me? Please, you over here. Why are you way over there? All right. Can we start from a neutral position, please, guys? It's a lot of confusion right now. I just want to ask, do y'all, the system, send people down here, which we would call like basically clones, whether they got a demiurge spirit or material spirit, whatever, but do y'all send people down here programmed to do certain events? Is that true? Yes. So let me ask you this. Thank you for answering that question. I truly appreciate it. If we could start from a neutral position, please. I just want to ask, was Jeffrey Dahmer one of those type of people who was programmed to come down here and do what he did? Is that a true statement? Is that a true statement? Yes. All right. Thank you for that. So let me ask you this, just to be clear. I think everybody's programmed to do a certain thing. Would that be true, that everybody is programmed to do a certain thing? That's not true. Okay, because what I was gonna say was everybody is programmed to do a certain thing, but if their free will is strong enough, they can overcome program to do. Is that sort of true? Yes. So let me ask you this then. If we can start from a neutral position, can you start neutral? Yeah. I just want to, so I'm going to use myself as an example. I think I was programmed to go to the FBI and all of that. Yes, I know. All right. Thank you for that. But when I rejected the FBI, was that me exercising free will over my programming? Is that true or close to true? Yes. Okay. So people, let me ask you this, and this is just a general question for everybody in this class right now. Everybody that's in this class. All of these people in this class have rejected their programming and exercised free will to gain the knowledge that they gain. And is this true? Yes. All right. So, yeah, that's what I thought, man. Like, so people, look, the main goal of humanity is to be a slave. So, you know, we all are programmed to do stuff, right? Like, for example, some of y'all, when y'all was a kid, y'all showed to your parents, you showed signs that you was going to be, you know, a lawyer, a doctor, whatever. You was good with your hands, or maybe you was good in sports, or whatever it was you was good at. And it seemed like you was going to do that or do something else, right? But then there came some time where whatever the point was, it could have been seeing one of my videos, it could have been going to church, it could have been, you know, like Raj, his was being in the church. So everybody had a epiphany point where they said, hold on, something ain't right here. And they investigated. See, the whole, this is the difference between y'all and them. And when I say them, I'm talking about y'all sitting at home. The difference between this group of people in the School of Esoteric Knowledge and you is all of y'all had an epiphany point, but these people got off their butt and did something about it. All right. What we have learned in the School of Esoteric Knowledge, you cannot learn scrolling through social media. Period. You're not. There's nobody doing it. Do you know that companies Fortune 500 companies, they pay other companies to get a team in there to brainstorm an idea or to brainstorm one of their services or products or function. Do you understand the value of brainstorming? I don't think you do, or you wouldn't be sitting at home trying to figure this shit out on your own. Doing this school is one of the greatest achievements I've done, because it's not just me trying to figure this out. It's 50 other people trying to figure this out. Giving 50 different perspectives on the same thing. You cannot get that no place else. Shit, the majority of y'all sitting at home, you can't even you ain't even got nobody to talk to about the shit you thinking in your head. Because they're going to reject it. They're going to say you crazy, something wrong with you. So that's how important being around people of a like-minded is. How many people tell you that in regular life? If you hang around, what if even 50 Cent told you what his father told him? If you hanging around niggas that don't do nothing all day, then what can they offer you that's gonna help benefit you? Nothing. They don't do shit all day. So this what I be saying, ramification thinking, man. You motherfuckers just don't get it. Here go a class with a bunch of people in it that's all searching for the truth, and you don't want to join and be a part of that? That let me know that you're a fucking idiot. You a fucking idiot, man. Why wouldn't, that's like, so you don't want to be with this group of thinkers. You want to stay in the group where you been at, where don't nobody know a goddamn thing. Just get up, go to work, family, every Friday, get drunk, get high, fucks up, whatever. That's all to the life. That's all to your life. And you don't want to join people that's actually thinking. That's like you trying to be a millionaire and you want to hang with niggas on Section 8. How the fuck they gonna teach you how to be a millionaire? Motherfuckers talking about I'm woke, I'm chasing knowledge by scrolling. No, I follow him and I'm piecing it together. That's dumb. Here go a whole fucking school of people, and you don't want to kick it with them. You want to kick it with your stupid ass friends. Explain to me how you not a dumb fuck. Like, explain it to me. Because I don't get it. See, one thing about this knowledge game, it's kind of like that verse that Jesus said. When I was a kid, I did childish things, but when I became an adult, I put away those childish things. Some of y'all want to still keep these dumb motherfuckers that you fucking hang with and be around with, instead of dropping that fucking baggage that's dragging you down, all for the sake of friendship. Man, we've been cool all my life. All right, well, if you've been cool all your life, one of y'all ain't elevating. One of y'all, and if all your life, both of y'all been just like this, then you two dumb motherfuckers. And you should be together, because you ain't nobody trying to uplift. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking to a girl right now. Nice job. She's a nice looking woman, nice job. She got money. I ain't spent a dime. We done went out to dinner. She done picked up the tab, $112 the first time. I said, well, let's go to the movies. Went there and bought the tickets, and I ain't spent a dime. But she want to see me every day. I got shit to do. I can't see you every day. I don't have the luxury of, I go to work, I do my 9 to 5, and then after I get off work, I have absolutely nothing else in the world going on. I don't have a life like that. You know what I'm saying? I can't do that. Not in this game. I got to study, I got to research. It's just so much going on, and I enjoy it. So I asked her today, I said, because she's like, oh, I want to see you again. I was like, damn, bitch, I was like, I can't see you every day like that. And so I was like, well, let me ask you, do you got any interests or hobbies or, what are you passionate about? And everything she said was, I like carpentry, I like do it yourself, I like traveling, I like bowling. I said, yeah, but those are like, them are like kind of like just activities that you do to pass time. It's not, you know, that's not a passion. Like, do you like to paint? Working out is passionate for some people. You can't really say traveling is passionate for some people because, you do that when you have the time and the money. You know what I'm saying? So, is there anything else you like, any interest, sewing or something? I don't know, making something, creating something, or whatever. She ain't got none. I wish my life was that free and clear. She ain't got shit. So she constantly, she want to do that she could see every day. That's where she want to put all her attention at. I can't do it. I'm not that dude. So I'm probably just gonna get some butt and keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest. Just being honest. So, but there's a lot of people that's out here like that. They don't think about nothing. Like, she don't think about this shit. I ain't even brought it up to her attention. She, even though it's on I try to put it on my profile to screen, but it's a lot of clones in this world, man. It's a lot of clones.
Before you hit it, Rraw, make sure you actually did get that shot of that.
Oh, you better believe it. You better, and I've been trying to avoid that because she got a body, but I know she got it. You know why I know she got it? She been in the military, work at the VA office. She got it, and I'm gonna end up saying, bringing it up, and
you gonna freak her out.
No, I ain't. I'm gonna have to decline, and I'm gonna tell her why I'm declining. Shit, I'm gonna tell her. Man, I messed up a couple years ago and hit one chick twice that had it. I'm not doing that no more. I think I could feel that in my body. You know what I'm saying? But right now I'm going through the whole tapeworm thing. That was a tapeworm that came out of my body, out of my stool, man. That's a goddamn tapeworm. That was the head of a tapeworm. And I keep saying I'm gonna make a post. I'm gonna make the post soon, but I was talking to Cotton Candy today, and I sent her pictures of it, and she was, she was like, I can't believe I'm watching a video of your stool. You know what I'm saying? But that motherfucker looks exactly like the pictures. You know what I'm saying? You can see the eyes and everything, man. It's and this is the kicker about it. On Google, when you Google image of the head of a tapeworm, it's gonna show you this picture. Now this picture been magnified 200 times, and it's about this big, right? 200 times, and it's about this big, right? But what was in my stool is this goddamn big, and it's not magnified 200 times. That's real life. So like
that means he must have been in there for a minute.
Dog, yes. And he's, yes.
For it to be that big.
Yeah. But see, if you eat sushi, and I was eating sushi, like, I went on a sushi binge like maybe 4 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
And I didn't, I had no idea. And I went on like a sushi binge for like 3 months. I was just like, because I thought it was more healthier, right?
Shit, man.
And I was eating the fuck out of sushi, right? I mean, it's cheap, it's inexpensive, and oh man. Yeah. But
mercury, man. You must have some mercury in your ass.
If you ain't never, but you gotta remember this too, man. If you have never done a parasitic cleanse, you got parasites. All right. They might not be as bad as mine. It's other foods, natural foods, like if you like garlic, papaya seeds or papaya, or it's other foods that you can eat that's natural killers that keep them in check. But if you ain't never did a parasitic cleanse in your life, oh, you got parasites.
Yeah, to be honest with you, Rraw, the best way to get rid of them, and like God forbid anybody get it, but the best way to get rid of them is when you sick and you have diarrhea. Like that's the best way to get rid of them. To be honest with you.
Well, you gotta take certain herbs or get that medicine.
Everybody has parasites, so like you have to like do a cleanse, and they say that you should do it like every seasonal change too.
Yeah. See, I know I got a big ass tapeworm because my stomach is just not proportionate. And it's like,
yeah,
don't talk about stuff like that, man. Come on.
But people think that it's only in food. It's not just in your food, it's in your environment, it's in your pets, it's everywhere.
Yeah, it is everywhere.
Probably in the damn air, to be honest.
I'm gonna give you, and here goes something I just learned. So the modern medicine that they use to take out tapeworms is albendazool, right? So I Googled what's the the herbal alternative to that, and they said myrrh. Like frankincense and myrrh that they brought to Jesus. Now look, people think now myrrh is two things. Myrrh is a scent, like a cologne type of thing, but it's also it's anti-parasitic. Now think about this. People think that the three kings came and brought baby Jesus, frankincense, and myrrh as scents. But frankincense is a sense, right? Now, where was baby Jesus at? In the manger. What's in the manger? Animals. What do animals have? Parasites. And they brought the myrrh. Yes. They came to cleanse him from birth. Not fucking, frankincense is already the cologne, let's just say. Why would you bring two types of cologne? No. The frankincense is the cologne. The myrrh was to cleanse the baby. So
that's
that is
genius. And I don't see why they don't do it in the US or anywhere else around the world.
Look, when I seen that, I said,
that's the real way to baptize a baby.
Yeah. The myrrh is not for cologne purposes. The myrrh it's an anti-parasitic thing, specifically to kill tapeworms. It was like pretty much they brought some cologne and some ivermectin. That's what the fuck they basically brought to the baby Jesus.
Is that what holy water is?
Nah, holy water is water that's just blessed. Raj, that's your expertise, Raj. Raj, what's holy water?
Holy water is blessed by a priest. And just like when they want to anoint you, the olive oil is prayed over and blessed, and then that's when you anoint the congregation. That's something that the pastor does. And as far as the holy water, that's what the priest does. And they sanctify it. So it's prayer that's prayed, both in the Catholic religion as well as the Baptist.
So let me ask you this, Raj. I know you probably never seen what's called exorcism, but what's your take on these movie exorcisms then? I mean, is this a real thing that the holy water is burning people's skin that's supposedly blessed? Because that seemed like a stretch to me.
Yeah, that I never believed, even being in the ministry. Because what how do I say it? Let me say this. Anytime I've been to let me give an example. We had an individual where they said that their child, we think our child is possessed.
Mhm.
Okay?
Yeah.
And so what I told him, I said, give us 7 days. And that made myself, the other associate pastor, I took 4 or 5 deacons, but I took about 7 people with me. Okay? But we all had to fast for 7 days. And so we went over there, we laid hands on him, we prayed, and told the demon, you're no longer wanted, come out right now. And that little girl, after a couple of days, she was straight. Okay?
Yeah.
So you can't heal anybody, first of all, unless you pray and fast. Simple as that. And I'm a firm believer still holding on to that. But now I know I gotta pray to who? The God in me. It's not a deity outside of me.
Right,
See?
right.
But the pray, what made it work was the fasting amongst all the men. You know, I got guys that I can trust. Not nobody. Yeah, I got to fast. I got someone. I got time. But you hear that all day long. Yeah, I got to fast. You know, no, you don't have a back because that's why they call it one.
Right.
So that's the way it is. It has to be done through fasting, and you got to have somebody that's really serious about what they're doing.
I want to ask the Thousand Rod something on that. Was somebody is somebody there willing to speak to me, please, about exorcisms and stuff like that? Yes. All right. Thank you. Appreciate y'all. So all right. Let's just be honest, Spirit Rise. We're gonna be 100% honest. All right. And there's no God like in religions like people think. This is correct, right? Correct. All right. So there's no God like that that's doing that. So then what this means then is when so Raj said he took a couple of guys and they fasted and they basically told the demon to leave. The demon left because it wanted to leave. Is this true? You saying maybe or close? Okay, so let me ask you this then. Did they force the demon out? Let me ask that then. Did they force the demon out? Was it something that they did that forced the demon out? No? Okay, so let me ask you this then. If the demon was not supposed to be there in the first place, and then here they come to try to expel the demon, is it like other beings that's around that see this type of stuff and say, oh, you wasn't supposed to be there in the first place, leave, or we telling, or you get violated or something like that? Is that what's going on? Like do you guys police your own? I guess is what I'm trying to say. Do you police your own? No? All right. So, damn, I can't ask you. So why did the demon leave? So did the demon leave because somebody made it leave? Put it to you like that then. Did the demon leave because somebody made it leave? No. Did the demon leave because it wanted to leave? Is anybody here? Yes. So I'm not asking the right question then. All right. I'm not asking the right question. Anybody know what a good yes or no question for that would be, Raj?
Was there ever a demon in the child?
Yeah, good question. Was there ever a demon in the child? Yes. Well, so you saying there was a demon in the child, and they the ones that made the demon go away. They didn't make the demon go away. No. All right. So you said it took a couple of days. Did something happen after they left that made the demon leave? Did something happen after they left in those couple of days that made the demon leave? You saying yes. All right. So something happened in those couple of days after you guys left that made the demon leave. So basically then what they did you know, started the chain reaction to make the demon leave? Yes. Okay. Well, it was something that y'all did, Rods. I don't know.
Well, you know what? What we was going to do was go back and anoint the home. But the thing about it, the home was already anointed prior because it was a brand new home. They had just moved in and they wanted pastor to come bless their home. So we didn't go back to do that. So we just left well enough alone. Because if you, how can I say, spirits will, you got bad spirits that will hang out in a home.
True.
Because basically you never know what was built upon that property before that house was ever put there.
True.
It could have been somebody could have gotten killed there, right?
They
say
yes.
Spirit is hanging around that particular property. So now you built the home, and so now the spirit is inside the home.
They
But at the
yes.
same time,
Neutral position.
like I say, there was no reason to go back and anoint the house once again. So I don't know what made the demon leave. But,
so let me ask you this, because they said
things work in a mysterious way.
They really said yes when you said that. So let me ask the spirit rods. Where this girl was this a demon that was already there before the girl even got there? Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So
wow.
Well, y'all did something. So they did something, right, Spirit Rods? They did something that enticed the demon to leave the girl, but the demon. So yeah, okay. So let me ask this question. If we can return to a neutral position. So the demon left the girl, but the demon did not leave the house. Is that true? Did the demon go into the light? All right, let me ask you this. Was it a demon to begin with? Was it a demon? What we would call a demon. Was it a demon? You're saying, yes, it was a demon.
Wow.
You know what, Raw? It could have been a dead soul that didn't go into the light that got turned into a demon.
Well, let's ask that question. Do dead souls get turned into demons? You saying yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Bingo.
So let me ask you this, Spirit Rods. So what I said in my book, Awakening the God Within, about dead souls cannot just hang out on earth without, clicking up or something because of the demons. Is that what you mean? Like they have to either hide or click up. And so let me ask you this then. So if they click up with demon, like if they start following some demon group, because there's many of them, that means they become a demon too? The soul that clicks up with some who's, like Baal or whatever group they in, they become demons like that. So, okay, thank you for that. So basically what you're saying is it's like a gang. So it's like a gang, right? Like, let's just say the Crips or the Bloods. If you become a Crip or a Blood, then you a Crip or a Blood, right? Yeah, so if they join a demon group, because it's a group, it's not just, it's not independent. Am I right, Spirit Rods? It's not just independent demons running around here. Is that correct? Right. There's no independent demons. Every demon belongs to a sect. All right? Just like, Crips and Bloods belong to sects. Every demon belongs to a sect. Is that correct, Spirit Rods? Yes. All right.
Well, that's this. The dead souls that get turned into demons, do they get turned into demons by choice, or are they forced to get turned into demons?
Well, here's the thing. Well, you can answer that question. It's by force, correct? Yes. All right.
Holy shit.
So,
okay, so that means that we're dealing with something totally different here, Raw.
No, it's like I already told people this in the book Awakening the God Within. If you don't go into the light, and if you don't do what them other dead souls is doing in that neo-hypno soul, latch on to a body or something, or hide, you got to hide. You got to hide. You cannot just roam around Earth, because the Watchers is at the top. Is this correct, Spirit Rods? The Watchers are the top demons. Yes. The Watchers are who they call the top demons. So the 200, when they disembodied them and turned their bodies into mountains and all of that shit, because they was giants, turned them into mountains, their souls were left here to roam. They became the demons. Correct, Spirit Rods? They became the demons. They became the demons. All right, thank you for that. And when humankind started dying and souls started, I ain't going into the light, and started roaming around Earth, the Watchers was like, well, you're not about to just roam around here. We're not thinking of it like this. Look, on their realm, they see each other plainly. You see what I'm saying? They see each other plainly. They not hidden, correct, Spirit Ross? They not hidden at all. They see them plain as day. You see what I'm saying? And there's nowhere to run, really nowhere to hide. You see what I'm saying? So,
Bro, can you ask this? Can you ask, if the soul walks into the light, can they be reincarnated being into a demon?
No, I don't think so. Can a soul that goes into the light reincarnate as a demon? Can the soul go into the light and no, you only reincarnate into the physical. Is that correct, Spirit Rods? Correct. So thank you for that. You only reincarnate into the physical. All right. That's all reincarnation is about, is physically reincarnating. All right, into another body, taking your soul, putting into another body. For those souls that don't want to, go, if you don't got no knowledge, this is what I keep trying to explain to people. If you don't have no knowledge of the soul trap session and you think you're going to wing it, you are sadly fucking mistaken. All right. Is that correct, Spirit Rods? Yes. You are sadly mistaken. Like I don't understand why people think they're going to go up against a whole fucking system of ancient beings with mad knowledge. These motherfuckers got mad knowledge, man. You're not about to fuck with them. I know a little bit, but in truth, Spirit Rise in truth. Yes, I know about the soul trap and all that, but let's be real. Do I have enough knowledge to go against one of you people in the afterlife? You saying yes, I do. Okay, that's because. All right, hold on. Is that because I'm a former Anunnaki? Is that the reason why you're saying that? Yes. All right. So, but average people, are they gonna have enough knowledge to go up against one of you people in the afterlife? No.
What about the ones that are from different planets?
What you talking about? The souls that's from different planets? You still got to remember your memory is wiped clean, and you only gonna have the knowledge that you gained in this life. Correct, Spirit Rise?
What coming for the people in this class?
No, that apply to everybody.
I remember where I am.
Yeah, that apply to everybody. That apply to everybody. You only gonna have the knowledge. Just because you died, knowledge, Spirit Rise. When you die, do you gain knowledge? No. So you can blow your brains out right now and think that you gonna have some type of knowledge. You're not. Your knowledge is only what you gather each lifetime. Your memory is wiped clean. You've been reincarnated. Your memory been wiped clean. So the knowledge that you done gathered in this lifetime, that's what you take with you in the afterlife. This knowledge and only this knowledge. That correct, Spirit Rods? Yes. You only taking this knowledge with you. That's it. That's it. So that's what I be trying to explain to people. Like, I, why do you think I do this all day long, all the time? Why do y'all think I'm doing this? I'm preparing as best I can, and this is why this is my interest, my hobby, my life, because I understand the assignment, dog, and I'm not trying to go there with a half-ass understanding. I'm not trying to go there with not having I've been a procrastinator all my life. I don't procrastinate when it comes to this. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going over to that other side not knowing at least something about everything. You need to know something about everything because they do. Go ahead, y'all.
No, I want to say, I want to add to what you were saying, that everybody in the class is on a different level. So you being you are you already did your part of the shadow work already. Before you even started the class, before you started the platform, you was doing your study, you was doing your research. This is why, as you being a past life athlete, you have the knowledge to give out proper knowledge to people to get it. Your work is done, right? That was your purpose, right? Even though the conference of mine even part of my sole purpose, right? You know, I was telling the chat the other day that some of the people in the chat need to do shadow work and be proactive in the shadow work. Like, I know everybody go to work, start, you need to take a time by yourself, even just for tonight, when you get out the chat or whatever, be by yourself. Never try to fall asleep. You're trying to be relax yourself and try to do the shadow work. I'm not quite sure if I agree with that.
Huh?
Nah, I'm not for it. I'm talking with you.
What was that, your wife?
Nah, that was the archon. That was the speaker that came over for no reason.
Who said that?
That was the speaker, like an AI speaker box. You know, they got listen.
Because I'm like, the screen light up when one of y'all speaks. So only your screen was lit up. So I'm like, who the fuck said that? Your wife?
No, basically, it's like ever since when you did the talk of Rraw, ever since that conference, my whole soul memory stuff came into me. Remember, I said I was a female in my past life, and I was telling the guys that in the Pleiadian system, seven clusters, I was in a planet called Tagir. That's one of the highly dimensions system in the Pleiadians. So I was one of the ones, I literally initiated myself to come down here to help the divine soul to go to the true source of life and let them know it's not the fake mission of life. Right. This is why I couldn't resonate with regular people from the day I was born. I have this unconditional love. If you look at what Pleiadians is all about, it's me. Every time I read and I do my research in a lot of ways, I was like, why is she so resonating in me at the moment and the dreams that I had? Even last night, I dreamed I was on the Galactic Federation ship. I came on the corner. And every reptile is not back. There was a reptile was like, right. Oh shit, good to have you back, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? And this is me being conscious, like, oh shit, I'm on the ship in my dream. So basically I'm saying on the chat, someone be our divine soul, y'all need the proper ascend. Remember, y'all come on the chat, y'all listen to knowledge. Knowledge is what y'all get. Remember, we go to after. You gotta know how to use the knowledge. You know what though, Yaga? Not to cut you off, but
so check this out, right? So the Pleiadians now what everybody gotta realize is no matter what species or whatever, Pleiadians, Anunnaki, reptilians, whatever, is good and bad in all of them. So we cannot classify every single one as bad just because some doing bad. Now, having said that, Yaga, if you was a Pleiadian in the last life, then you different from the Pleiadians that's hooked up, that's running this system, because in this Soul Trap final update that I'm gonna try to get that shit out this weekend. The Pleiadian who did we say it was? Was that you, Raul? It was Sananda. Sananda. That's the
No,
Pleiadian.
that was
Who was that? Ludwig
no,
or Raul?
yeah.
All right.
So
So Sananda is the Pleiadian that's pretty much running the heavens right now. So when this little girl died and her spirit guides took her, she went to the light, spirit guides took her to see the Holy Spirit, and didn't nobody know why she was there because she wasn't supposed to die. And then everybody was telling her that, oh, Sananda's coming to see you. This is a real big thing. This is a special treat and all of this, right? He never does this and all of this. And he was a light being, came as a piece of light, like a light in front of her. You know, they all dead. They're all souls, but this is her describing. And he turned from light into, he was a Pleiadian. She described him, blonde hair, blue eyes, and his name was Sananda. All right.
but it's the same soul as Jesus, working as a different dimensional.
Yes.
And that's the thing, they have different Pleiadians. They would tell niggas that they only show the white part of the Pleiadian, bro. Yeah, I can show you dark skin Pleiadian right now. This is where I know I was from.
Let me ask
you. I am a
See,
I'm like a they have a third eye Pleiadian. You have Chaldeans, you have Algerians, you have all different.
Can somebody speak with me? I want to ask a question, please. Is somebody there to speak to me? Yes. All right. Thank you. So I want to ask, we've only seen, all they've showed us about a Pleiadian is blonde hair, blue eyed Pleiadians. Are there different races of Pleiadians, like black or white? Are there different races of Pleiadians, like black or white? I mean, we know white, but not, black. They saying no, fam. Is Pleiadians only white beings? Is Pleiadians only white skinned beings? You saying no? Okay. Are Pleiadians Asian?
I'm saying not dark, but you know they use the word like tan, like it's like a tan color. It's not really like not the color of a shirt.
So
you know what I'm saying?
Pleiadians,
yeah, color look.
Right. So Pleiadians, are they a mixed race of people? Is what I'm asking you, Spirit Rods. Are Pleiadians a mixed race of people?
Ask if the Pleiadians are
no.
robotic, just like the Greys.
Maybe we missing something here. Are the Pleiadians actually spirits? And they just, we all are spirits. But, okay, so let me ask this.
Yeah,
Spirit Rods, is Sananda a Pleiadian? The one that the little girl saw in the near-death experience I'm talking about, when she described him. Is Sananda a Pleiadian? You saying yes. All right. So, and thank you for that. So when she saw Sananda and she described him as having blonde hair and blue eyes, all right, is that typical of what Pleiadians look like? Because we get this from, Billy Meyer and all of them who saw the Pleiadians. They blonde hair, blue eyed people. Is this what they are? Is this their race? Spirit Rods?
Why are they hiding information? They are hiding information.
The Spirit Rods, I believe that. Spirit Rods, hold on. So Spirit Rods, are you withholding information about this from me? Are you withholding information about the Pleiadians from me?
You motherfucker, you want to say yeah, goddamn.
They saying yes. You saying yes, you are. You withholding information from me. All right. Okay. Okay, so let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, Spirit Ross. Is that because the Pleiadians got something to do with our afterlife system, when you go into the light? Yes.
Fucking right it is. You know why? Because nobody will ever come up with these kind of conclusions, bro.
So let me ask you this. All right. You said I was an Anunnaki in a former life. Is this true? You said I was an Anunnaki in a former life. Is this true? Yes. Okay. So let me ask you this then, Spirit Robs. Let me ask you this. Was I white? And as an Anunnaki, was I a white person as an Anunnaki? White skinned person. Was I white? You know? Yes. All right. So let me ask you this. So let me ask you this then. Does the Anunnaki have black people? Black skinned people, dark skinned people, brown skinned people? Does the Anunnaki world in the Nibiru have, you know, colored people, dark skinned people, black people, brown people? No. So the Anunnaki world of Nibiru only has white people and Asian people. Is that true? White and Asian? I mean, what we call Asian, white and yellow then? Yes.
So why was it said that the Elohim were mixed of different Anunnakis?
So
I would say that
when you got the Elohim,
Man, I think they.
so basically then. But see, it's it's multiple creation stories for humankind. Is that correct, Spirit Rods? Yes. It's multiple creation stories. So the biblical, let me ask you this, Spirit Rods. The biblical creation story of Genesis chapter 1, verse 26, the Elohim created humankind. Was that white people? You said no. Was that black people? Whoa, yes. Okay then. So let me ask you this then. So was white people had a different creation story from Genesis chapter 1 verse 26? Is that what you're saying? White people had a different creation story than that? Yes.
Oh, Raw, do you know what that means? That means that whatever Emmanuel said that for white people, the Talmud of Emmanuel, that's why.
So let me ask you this then, Spirit Rods. What Emmanuel, aka Jesus, said in the Talmud of Emmanuel about the white race, that is true?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yes it is. Oh
No.
shit.
Whoa.
Oh shit.
Whoa.
This is why, I'm sorry, Caucasians.
Hold on.
This is why y'all think y'all the shit.
Hold on. But let me ask this then, Spirit Rods. The story of Adam and Eve, was this white people? No. So the story of Adam and Eve was Asian people? No. So the story of Adam and Eve was the reptilians? No. The story of Adam and Eve was the Nagas? The Nagas, the serpents, the serpent race?
No. Oh, okay.
You
Bro,
saying
you know
yes?
what that means? You know what that means?
What?
That means that is the reason why the serpent came in the first place. Because remember what I said from the last conference, or the conference before that, the Anunnaki took the serpent's prophecy, and that the serpent's been trying to get back their own prophecy, and that is the very same reason why the serpent even came in the first place. Man, oh shit.
Is what he's saying correct, Spirit? Yeah, they saying what you're saying.
Oh shit.
They saying what you're saying is right. They saying what you're saying is right.
Get back their own prophecy, man.
So let me ask you this then, Spirit Rods. So when Cain killed Abel and Cain said, if I go out there, they gonna kill me, that's because they knew he was, come on, yep. They knew he was not a human.
Dude, we just unraveled some shit today. Oh god. Damn.
This is why you join the school of esoteric knowledge. That's all the knowledge, the free knowledge y'all get. If y'all don't see the value in joining this school, y'all dumb. See ya.
I can't wait to go back over the recording. Oh, I can't.
Yeah.
Wait to go back.
Right down with it.
Yeah.
Are you recording? I hope you're.
Oh shit.
You ain't fucking recording.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
yo, I've been told right that everybody in the
Ah.
Man, you slipping, man. We just unraveled some shit. We lost that info, man. God damn.
Just summarize.
It's on. Look.
You gotta set
It's on. Look.
timer.
So I'm recording on Raw Talk, Raw Therapy, YouTube, and
There should be
the Rraw Report backup. But yeah,